Alright, what I'm going through to do, I'm going to go ahead and make the video that Jeremy requested, and I'm guessing the guys at eBay are going to take a look at this too. First thing we're going to look at is I brought up the page that shows basically what I bid on. Shows this Russian Big Muff distortion pedal, shows the seller, and later on we're going to go through a few pictures just to make sure that we're matching up the pedal, so I'm not, pulling a scam or doing anything, that we know it's the same pedal. When we look at kind of the description, it does say that it's used, and I know that you're going to end up having some wear and tear with use. But down here at the bottom it says used Big Muff, great working condition, some slight cosmetic damage, nothing huge, which when I got it, it had more than cosmetic damage. Let's go ahead and we'll look at kind of the pictures. I'll enlarge them. These are the ones on eBay, so you know that they haven't been altered at all. This is the real deal. You can see on the face of this that the output is kind of smudged, the T part, and then the input has a specific kind of scrape away where you can't see the whole word. And the made in Russia, most of N is gone and the M's kind of cut, and there's a few scrapes on the CE part. Now when we look at the pedal that I got, you can see that basically the paint matches up exactly. This is the same pedal, and just to double check, we'll look at the I guess the front face, which we'll switch pictures here. This is the eBay picture, and really what you can see on this is almost more like a shiny spot here and some stuff over here. There is kind of a slight smudge on the harmonics, kind of on the end part. It's a little harder to see from the picture, but when we compare it to this pedal, you can see kind of, if you get the angle right on the light, you can see exactly the same kind of shiny parts. You can tell it's the same pedal. I mean, I'm sure that you can tell that just from this face, and you look at everything, that this is the same. Now, what I went ahead and did down here on the floor, basically I have my practice amp here, and I have basically a Russian-made pedal. This is a Baseballs. This is in working condition. Now, just to show you a couple different jacks, how they should work, I've got my 1/4-inch cable, and when you put it into the jack, you see how it kind of snaps into place and is held there. It's held right up against the jack. That's a secure fit. Now when we check out my Russian pedal here, my Russian Baseballs, which works, you see the same thing. It kind of snaps into place and is held. And you notice when you plug it in, the pedal engages, the light turns on. And what I'm going ahead and doing with this pedal is I'm running it off a battery, and we're going to take the battery out of it and put it into the Big Muff, so we know basically the battery's good too. But here's kind of, just to show that the cables are good. You can hear near bass. And then when we engage, light comes on, and you hear the effect. Okay. Now what happens, let's see, what we'll go ahead and do is we'll swap out cables. So it's the same cables, know the cable's good, same amp, know that it's good. The inputs are kind of different on this one, so we make sure we put the output here. So this is the output into the amp. You can see that this cable is from the output and it's going into the input of the amp. And actually, kind of getting ahead of myself here, if you look at this one, this jack is good. You can see how when you slide it in, it catches several times and is held fast against the jack. Now what I'll do, taking the same battery, Energizer battery, out of the Big Muff, or excuse me, out of the Baseballs, keep switching my terms. And let's see here. We've got our pedal that I bought from Jeremy, and putting it in, you can see that this is secure. I mean, the battery's in there good. Put it in here. Go ahead and put the... I'll leave the case off for now. Put it in here. Now, when you look at this jack, when you slide it, you see how it doesn't really catch on anything? And when you let go of it, it doesn't hold fast against the jack. It kind of pops back out. If you look at this one, this is right up against it. This sticks out ever so slightly, but it's super, super loose. I mean, I can't. This one's much more difficult to move around. That's a good jack. This one doesn't do anything. Now, when I push the button now, the pedal should engage. And you see, no light on. Doesn't work. With it off, you can hear this is kind of the bypass sound. We know that signal's coming from the bass, going to the amp, so we know all the cables still work. And then when we engage it, nothing. And you can see I'm playing, doing the same thing. It's just the pedal doesn't work, and I would call that more than slight cosmetic damage. And I hope this kind of clears up everything, and we can get this sorted out. I just want to ship it back to him, and you know, I don't know what happened, but when I look at the jack, I mean, usually when jacks do that, when they get super loose, it's just a fatigue issue. Which definitely doesn't happen in shipping. I mean, you don't fatigue metal, you know, from shipping it, you know. So I hope this will, you know, solve everything. And thanks, and happy Thanksgiving.